So if you're like me, many people have not established with a primary care physician. So until now, after my diagnosis, I had not had a primary care and was using my OBGYN as my primary care physician, which probably wasn't the best practice and not recommended. However, that's the situation that I'm in. Looking forward, I did consult with her. She is an MD, and it was something that I personally set up and that she and I talked about on the phone with a cancer diagnosis, and I just asked her her best recommendations, and she recommended a couple of different lab tests. So they were a take-home test. There was urine, cotton swab. So for DNA, there's a lot of different and variety of tests out there. So certainly consult with your medical oncologist and your primary care physician to see what is going to be the best test for you. But the mile markers that I personally were looking for were, one, just basically my gut function. So before I started adding in any supplements, I wanted to ensure, like, what are the supplements that I need? And there's so much talk about prebiotics and postbiotics and goodness, different kinds of strains of gut bacteria. I wanted to know what I personally should be taking for my optimal health. So I have the results back and wanted to share because they're not nearly as intimidating as I thought they were going to be. This is kind of a chart that shows how my body processes fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. So that's kind of a nice little graph, and it was fairly easy to understand. There's a lot here. I would say total with both tests, and then the other one looks something like this, where it's going to look at inflammation, a variety of different imbalances. It will also look at your toxicity level. So after chemo, it's not surprising I needed a liver detox. So again, it's just something that you have to consult with your medical physician about on what appropriate testing is going to be and then what to do with those results. So she and I sat down, and there were some regimens to fix some of this, and within 3 days of the supplements and a few things that she had recommended on cutting out for diet, different things like that, lifestyle changes, I noticed within 3 days that my inflammation was like completely resolved, something that I had been blaming on the chemo, and I had been blaming on my aromatase inhibitor. So I am back to see Dr. Velick, my medical oncologist, now that we have eliminated that, and it was simply just the way my body was processing fats. And once we fixed the regimen, there were a lot of things that have changed, including my sleep. So again, it's just more information. The more you know, the better health and different decisions that you can make. But if you're eating certain things, like for me, healthy fats, my body isn't absorbing them correctly, so it doesn't matter how much of a nutrient that you think that you're getting or that you are putting in your body. If your body isn't absorbing it correctly and you've got something going on, I had yeast overgrowth, so I had a lot of sugar cravings and carb cravings, which are not great. Not that I was eating those things, but it's not great when, you know, you're walking past the donuts and you want to put like your entire face inside of them and you haven't had sugar for a long period of time. I mean, not sugar, but just like a donut. I haven't probably had a donut in 2 years. So anyway, it's just one of those things that it's good to know, you know, as far as just like total body health and what can I personally do at being the best cancer patient ever for my optimal health. So she and I worked together on fine tuning this and feel so much better, and wanted to share just in case you and your medical professionals thought that it might be something, the lab testing, that you might want to do for better health. So whatever you guys are doing today, thanks for watching and have a fabulous day.